Filed depositions in the case against Casey reveal a war of words over the placement of duct tape found with Kaylee Anthony's remains.
Now, West 2's Bob Keeling is taking an in-depth look at these depositions. And Bob, they show more than ever what a key piece of evidence the tape is.
Yeah, the depositions reveal the defense hammering away at their belief that the tape was not attached to Kaylee's skin or skull. Meanwhile, prosecutors say it's clear the tape was covering her mouth and nose. And whose version the jury believes in Casey's murder trial could mean the difference between life or death for her. In Dr. Jan Garavalia's deposition, she admitted to defense attorney Cheney Mason that the duct tape was in the vicinity of Kaylee Anthony's lower jaw. Why? Because the tape was no longer attached to her skin or scalp, only her hair. So it was impossible to say with certainty where the tape had been. Defense attorney Richard Hornsby says this opens the door for the defense to argue for a lesser offense.
It suggests something much less sinister than what the state wants to imply, which is that it was a murder weapon.
You don't know it was a homicide, Mason asked her. It's just your opinion. Correct, Garavalia said. Based on the circumstances, a child with tape holding her lower jaw in place dumped in a garbage bag by the side of the road.
It's very clear that this child's death occurred in the presence of another person who didn't do the right thing, whether it be call 911, whether it be try to help the child.
And under prosecutor Jeff Ashton's cross-examination, Garavalia said there was no indication of manner of death other than suffocation from the tape, which did appear to have been placed over the child's mouth and nose.
The duct tape is going to be extremely important in this jury deciding whether or not they believe Casey engaged in premeditated murder or whether or not it was some type of accidental death that she tried to cover up.
Now, one other note today, Judge Belvin Perry sent out a recap of the recent evidentiary hearings, and we are expecting him to rule this week on whether Casey Anthony's early statements to law enforcement and her family can be used against her. Now, all new at 6, what the Anthony family's former attorney said in his deposition about Kaylee's father, Jim.
Bob, we'll see you then. Thanks.